camera out my face.
I know I got hands
Cut it
rushing.
off. I know I'm getting too.
Like that, Ryan. That's what I'm talking about.
Ryan, don't get this goddamn camera out my face.
How are you gonna set yourself apart from what they're looking for?
You think money is that?
Yes. Yeah. Whatever the word you want to use.
Is that?
It is that.
To some people.
To everybody.
I don't think black people could take it there.
Yeah, because they ain't never had it. And they never depended on it like that. Look at your athletes. They will get totally disrespected. They tolerate total disrespect.
And we don't get it.
Because what? Why do they tolerate that disrespect? Money. They don't want to lose that money.
You're right.
They don't want to lose that money. You got to see this. You could go on YouTube and search dinner scene from Trick Baby. The dinner scene from Trick Baby.
Okay.
Bunch of wealthy whites sitting at the table, right? Talking about how they handle black people. They take one out the community, make them wealthy, and it gives the others.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It gives the others what? Hope.
Hope. Yeah.
Gives them hope.
Give them hope.
And what does it do to this one? Seeing the finer shit in life, his people look at him as a sellout. He can never go back, and he doesn't want to give up that lifestyle. So he tolerates whatever the fuck they tell him to do. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what it is. And that's what your athletes, your entertainers, your actors, they are all bought and sold by that system.
And that protects corporate interests.
There you go.
I'm done.
Because all they need is Kanye to say slavery was a choice. You understand?
And that you brought that up, and I don't want to get deep into him because everybody went over it already.
Yeah.
I just want to know from you, like, my theory is Kanye chose sides. I think he knows what he's doing. I think everybody's saying he's on drugs and he lost his mind. I think Kanye is a part of that side. Whatever they got going on, he made a decision to be over there. I don't know why he made it, but I feel like he knows exactly what he's doing. Because
Check it out.
a lot of black people feel like what he said.
Check it out, right? I'm gonna hold that thought of black people feeling what he said, but I'm gonna take it back to the start of our interview with the drugs. Kanye wasn't no drug addict when he first started.
Nope. Clean
You
as a
understand?
whistle.
Clean as a whistle. You understand? When he started to see how much control over his life he had lost, and how much they controlled,
And he couldn't get up there.
fuck with his head. So you start with that escapism. Take them drugs, that depressant, to fucking slow the shit down so you can deal with this shit. That's a hell of a...
I'm a slave for real.
Exactly. I'm a slave. And I don't want to go back.
And that's why he was so mad when he figured out he couldn't break into
That clothing fact.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He wanted to be in
Yeah,
that top, and they was
because
like, no.
he was feeling himself.
Yeah,
I'm Kanye West. I got all these people loving me. I got this following. Boom, boom, boom. I want to get in there. And they said, no, you still my nigga though.
Yeah, you're not finna fuck up our money.
And he said that.
Yeah.
He said, they let me know I'm still a nigga.
Yeah.
He said it as calm, and I think that went over a lot of people's heads about the psychological effect that had on him. I'm just speculating, like putting myself in that position. I'm thinking I'm Kanye West. I'm the motherfucking man.
And
I'm above all of this. I got money. Got me a fine white bitch. But they just let me know I'm still a nigga.
And your money ain't long enough.
And your money ain't long enough to fuck with this. You know?
You're not finna
So
come in here.
yeah.
And that fashion
So there's his drug component. You dig it? And now he's gotta say shit in order to stay in that position. He's gotta say shit contrary to what he really believes. And he's put out there as this genius, this role model, this, speaker of Black America, because for the most part, and this isn't just black people are sheep. The masses are the sheep. People, listen, these people in power, they don't just stay in power financially. They stay in power psychologically.
They study us.
They study you. Ain't no way in hell you could have all white writers on Sanford and Son, Good Times, That's My Mom, all these black shows with all white writers if they don't study you.
And then, this is the great, when he said it, I'm gonna say this on camera. When he said that, I almost cried. I'm gonna tell you why I almost cried. I told my brother, he's like, you almost cried? He's like, nigga, that's just Kanye. I said, no, dog. I said, I'm from St. Louis. I used to go swimming in Ferguson. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I go through there every day. My mama to this day got a daycare center in Ferguson,
Right.
Missouri. I got called a nigga for the first time in Ferguson, Missouri, in a swimming pool. So when he got killed in Ferguson, I knew what it was just from my history. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when he got killed, it was because, St. Louis, a lot of people don't know this. Every time I'm Chicago.
We talk about Mike Brown?
Mike Brown.
Uh-huh.
What'd I say?
You just said he, you never said
Mike
who.
Brown. I'm sorry, Mike Brown. A lot of people talk about LA, Chicago, New York. St. Louis has been the murder capital
Of the world.
Yeah. Since Pruitt-Igoe. And they, off the subject, they about to give reparations to all the people that lived in Pruitt-Igoe because the government did testing for the Cold War on the people there.
Right.
They thought it was bug spray, but it was actually to get you mad, like one of those, to see what effect it have.
Right.
And my mom says as a kid, she remember them trucks come through there and spraying that shit. And again, that was business. They had to test it out on something.
Yeah.
So,
it's all business.
So look, when Mike Brown got killed, everybody was like, I ain't going over there and protest. Y'all be killing each other and this and that. And
Right.
Because people in St. Louis used to it. They like, y'all be killing each other every night. Why y'all mad because a white boy did it?
Right.
And when Kanye got on TV and said that all this was a choice and why we don't get mad when we kill each other, I said, he just killed so many black people and set us back so far.
Yeah.
That the people who are agreeing with him don't even know he probably just killed one of their kids. Because the enemy, we'll say the enemy looking at that to be like, oh yeah, we good.
Yeah.
And they comment and saying he right?
Yeah.
Play all his records on the radio.
Right. Because see what happened was, Kanye wasn't getting no love on the radio no more. He said that. He said, I ain't getting no love on the radio. I couldn't get into the fashion. They was letting him know. Nigga, you saying what? You want to do what? You stepping out? We're going to show you. You dig it? We're going to show you. But the shit is real. The shit is really real. And the last issue I want to hit on is this black on black crime thing, right? You kill who you in proximity with. You understand? When a black person kills a black person, it's labeled as black on black crime. When a white person kills a white person, they don't call it white on white crime. You know what I'm saying? When the Italian mafia was killing other Italians, it was romanticized. You know what I'm saying? I mean, straight up vicious murders. You dig it? Like, you hear the term, you ever heard of St. Valentine's Day Massacre?
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah. That's romanticized. They make movies out of it, and they put like almost a justification to the shit. But with us, It's a thuggish, random,
And you believe,
subhuman type of behavior.
and you believe if what you say is true, the reason for that I could see is that Italians bring a lot of money, the mob bring a lot of money, jobs, infrastructure, and things to that 1%.
But let me tell you something. At one point in this country, Italians were on the same level as black people.
1 point.
At one point. At one point in this country, the Irish were on the same level as black people in this country. At one point in this country, German immigrants were on the same level as black people in this country.
They figured out money.
They figured out money and politics
Italians used to get hung.
all the time. I got a sign at my house. I used to collect a lot of Jim Crow memorabilia, right? No dogs, no Irish, no Negroes. That was a sign that used to be in the windows of stores. No dogs, no Irish, no Negroes.
And their history almost erased because they got to the bread.
Yo, they figured out how to succeed in a capitalist economy.
Last thing. Are you noticing? I promise the last thing.
I'm good, bro. We can go as long as you want to go.
Are you noticing this new move, this new wave that I'm seeing everywhere of black people is your fault? And black people saying it's our fault. Nothing is anybody else's fault but ours, period.
Right.
Whether it's the killings by the cops, the unarmed, being poor, which to an extent, but do you feel that do you feel that it's our fault, the most of it? The bad things that happen to us as a collective, do you think that it's our fault and that, period?
Well, let me give you an example. You buy a puppy, right? And you just leave this puppy to his own. You feed him and don't really give him no attention. Don't try to give him no training or whatever. And he shits on the fucking rug. Whose fault is that?
Your fault.
There you go. All right. Now, you train this dog to when he got to go to the bathroom, he either goes on the paper or he lets you know, yo, I need to go outside. I've seen people with dogs go get the leash and bring it to the master. You understand? I've seen trained dogs like that. They go get their leash, take it to the master, yo, I need to go outside. You know what I'm saying? So that dog is trained to do what, his training has taught him to do. In relation to us saying it's our fault, we are trained to do what we're doing. We're not exercising original thought.
Exactly.
You understand? We are trained. We go through 12 years of school training. All type of training from TV and radio and music and media. I always say media is a weapon of war. We have to understand that we are at war. There is a war being waged on the black community. Look, there's a war being waged on poor whites at the same time. But that's not our concern. Our concern is the war being waged against us. And that's the war we have to fight.
So how do you feel? So you got black people that don't recognize that what you just said. They don't use that
right
in judging other black people's actions.
Right.
So what do you think will make those black people realize that this is post-traumatic slave, like this is a condition.
Right.
We are being trained. What do you think will make the person that thinks opposite of what you just said snap out of that, if it's even possible?
I give full credit to the training that this Caucasian has put on us. It's some powerful training.
It's powerful.
It's powerful. I mean, we got in 2018 people still believing in Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? That's some powerful training.
Now,
And it's not until you wake up out of it and you look back at it and you be like, God damn. Like, to believe that Jesus was a man that walked the earth is one thing. Okay. To believe that Jesus came down from the sky and died and went back up to the sky and all this other spooky stuff was surrounding it, that's an entirely different situation.
Gotcha.
You understand? To think that Jesus is going to solve your problems, that's an entirely different situation. You know? And that's what a lot of these black people think. So I give full credit to his program that he put in place to control the people. You gotta put a program in to control the masses. You understand? Especially a people that you dominated and disrespected and humiliated and oppressed. You understand? Because of reprisal. You don't want reprisal. So you gotta do that. He's doing what he's gotta do. Now we gotta do what we gotta do.